chemical industry. Let's get in a demand check and find out what the outlook is for a company in specific, GHCL, as to what the sense is in terms of their capex plans, as well as the outlook post the textile business demerger. Mr. R.S. Jalan is the Managing Director of GHCL and now joins us on the show. Thank you so much for taking time out. Let's begin with numbers because it was quite muted in Q4. Where do you think that moderation came from? Was it realizations? Was it volumes? And what are the early demand trends suggesting down the line?
See, the margin, if you look at in this quarter, has been almost on the same level what it was in the last quarter. And of course, the volume was a little lower because of some breakdown which happened in the plant. The production was down by around 40,000 tons. But overall outlook of the business looks to be good going forward as well.
Okay, but what are the early indications that you're getting as we enter FY24, given the fact that last quarter was one of production issues? What kind of demand momentum and production momentum we should anticipate in the coming months and quarters?
See, if you look at in the domestic market, all the sectors, be it the glass industry or be it the detergent industry or the chemical industry, every consumer is doing good. And therefore, we are seeing a very healthy demand going forward. Approximately around our estimation is the demand growth will be in the range of around 5% from here.
Okay, so the demand is expected to be 5 to 7% higher, but what about realizations? Because globally we are seeing that there is a lot of new capacity getting added in China. What will happen to the prices going forward?
See, if you look at in terms of the China definitely a new capacity is coming in around 1 to 1.5 million tons. However, the indication from the China is that their solar demand is picking up very significantly. And the estimations are that this extra production will be consumed in the China itself. Therefore, we are not seeing any major volume coming into India from China. In terms of the pricing, yes, some softening of the pricing happened. This is primarily because of the input cost has also gone down. And because of the input cost going down, we are passing on this benefit to the consumers.
Walk us through the latest details when it comes to the demerger of the textile business in terms of how the listing is expected to take place. What is the exact timeline?
Yeah, the demerger has already taken place on 1st of April. And all the shares has been allotted to the shareholders and it has gone to their demat account. And hopefully by this month end, the listing of the textile share will also happen.
Enough. I'm sorry I missed that. In terms of the listing, when is that expected to take place?
Month end, the listing will take place.
All right, fair enough. Now, I wanted to also get in a sense as to the lower caustic soda ash prices. Has that impacted soda ash demand since caustic soda can also be used as an alternative?
Yes, to some extent, yes. Out of the total demand, around 100,000 tons has been shifted towards the caustic soda. However, all the consumers are not in a position to kind of move to caustic soda. Silicate is the particular industry which can move, where already the volume has gone to the caustic. However, the solar investment in India or solar glass investment in India is happening, and that will compensate this demand of going to the caustic. And overall, therefore, the demand of the soda ash will remain to be a positive territory.
I just wanted to come back to the point of soda ash because there were other reports suggesting that some of the other players have taken price cuts of around 2 to 5%. Could you talk to us about what you are seeing on the ground?
In the month of April, we have already taken a price reduction of around 3 to 4%. And like I said, this price reduction is primarily because of the cost going down. And because of this, the margin will not be impacted significantly from what we have achieved in the last quarter.
What about FY24 as a whole? What kind of growth momentum do you envisage with respect to the volumes that we can expect? What would it translate in terms of revenue growth for you? What would be the margin profile in FY24?
See, 24, the volume will be more like a static because, like I said, some breakdown has happened and because of that, we have lost around 50,000 tons of the volume. But in spite of that loss, still our volume will be in the same range what it was in the last year. And pricing also, like I said, pricing definitely will be some softening will be seen. However, the margin will not be significantly impacted from what we are achieving right now.
Okay. And what's the outlook in terms of your capex plans?
Capex, last year we have spent around 350 crore, and in the next 23-24 also we are going to spend around 350 crore. And that is primarily in one of the new basket of the product we are adding into the business, which is what vacuum salt. We'll be spending the money on that, and the greenfield project will be spending the money on the greenfield project.
What's the current capacity utilization like? And just wanted to get a sense on the balance sheet as well. How does it look after the demerger?
You see, if you look at in terms of the overall, after the demerger, our top line is approximately around 4,500 crores, and we are in net positive cash flow or net zero debt. We have approximately around 500 plus crores on the balance sheet as a cash, and our debt is around 400 crores. So broadly, we are in 100 crores of positive cash, and overall, we made a profitability of around 1,100 crores after the tax, and our EBITDA in this year 23-24 was 1,500 crores plus.
And if I have it right, you were earlier talking about making some inorganic acquisitions as well. Any update on that front?
We are still working on that, but not yet. We have not yet finalized anything on that.
Is any timeline, any geography, any more color that you can give us? What's the entire rationale of looking for inorganic acquisition? Is it going to be some area specific?
It is going to be definitely on the chemical side, and we are looking at more on the specialty chemical. And our objective is only to add some of the basket of the product into the GHCL, and that's the logic of going for inorganic or merger and acquisition.
The size of this acquisition that you're looking at?
At this point of a time, definitely board has to take a decision, but approximately around 500 crores to 1,000 crore of investment we are looking at.
Mr. Jalan, also with respect to the export exposure, it was quite limited for you. If I have it right, it was only 5 to 10% that you were getting from exports. Going forward, is that expected to improve materially, your exports contribution?
I don't think so, because like I said, in the domestic itself, there is a good demand of the soda ash, and the margins are always going to be better in the domestic market, and therefore the volume will not be increasing from more than 10%.
Okay, Mr. Jalan, we'll let you go on that note. Appreciate you joining us on the show. So volume is something which is going to be pretty much static year on year, and pricing, we have seen a bit of a cut in the prices in the month of April on account of the commodity prices declining, energy prices declining, and that's not expected to impact the margins. They'll stay around that 30-32% mark for GHCL.